Today, we will be learning about the rook and the king. First, we will learn about the rook. Like the bishop and the queen, the rook is also a long-range piece. Rooks move up, down, left, and right. Unlike any other piece, the rook can move to the same amount of squares wherever it is on the board, which is 14. If you are interested, have a try for yourself. Next, we will be learning about the king. The king isn't quite powerful, but it is the most important piece. We can't exactly capture a king, but we can checkmate one. I'll explain to you what checkmate is in the coming videos. It's the whole purpose of this game to checkmate the opponent's king and protect your own. So always try to protect your king. The king is basically a queen when it moves, but it can only move one square in each direction. If the king is in the middle of the board, the king can move to 8 squares. When a king is on the edge of the board, it can move to 5 squares. But when it is in the corner, it can only move to 3 squares. Finally, we will be looking at a special move that kings and rooks share. It is called castling. Castling is when the king moves 2 squares towards the rook. Then, the rook moves into the square that the king has crossed. If one of the following situations happen, castling is not allowed. First, if the king or the rook has moved already. Here the rook has moved, so black cannot castle in that direction. Or if a piece is controlling a square that the king has to go through or land on. Here the rook is controlling f1. The king must go through f1 to be able to castle. Therefore, castling is not allowed. Here, the king is in check, so we can't castle. I will explain check in detail with checkmate. One last scenario. If something is in between the king and the rook, in this case a knight, castling is not allowed. There are 2 types of castling. King-side castling and queen-side castling. Here is an example of each. This is king-side castling. This is queen-side castling. As you can see, the king and rook moved in one go. This is the only occasion that 2 pieces move together in chess, which makes castling the most efficient move. Apart from that, there are other benefits. Castling will usually get your king to a safe location. Castling will also sometimes get the rook to a better place. That's it for today, and thank you for your time. If you enjoyed the content, please consider to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell. Thank you.